Better days. Better days. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So something a bit different for the channel. This is an AK. This is an AK made by Palmetto State Armory. It's a 7.62x39 with Magpul furniture. You can see the Zukov stock here, Magpul grip, Magpul forend right here. It is a GF3, so it's an older model. They've had some before that. They've had a GF4, a GF5, and various other styles. They've really kind of dove right into the AK market, which is definitely a very popular market nowadays. This was actually my first AK right here. Picked it up a couple of years ago before everything kind of went crazy. You could get these back then for about $500, which for a budget option, even for just something where it's your first AK, all made in USA down in South Carolina, that was a steal. And they're not that much more now for at least the GF3 right here. So I've had it for a couple of years, put it through its paces, and it's held up very well. I put a couple of different accessories on here. Not a whole lot has changed though from stock. The only real thing I've really kind of done to it was right here. This is an RS Regulate slide mount here. How AKs have their mounting system is on the side right here, and you have to get a sliding scope mount that does that right there. It's a little bit different than your typical AR. You got to kind of fine tune it. There's some different set screws and things like that to really get it on there nice, and they're just a little bit more finicky. And there's also different styling of types you can put on here if you want to have a Picatinny, if you want to have this right here that goes right to this original Cyclops, which is also like a 3-year-old optic that's still rocking and rolling. The actual Teflon coating on here is held up very well. The finish looks very nice. Sights are nice and straight, not canted or anything like that. Haven't had any issues at all. Reliability has been at 100%. Everything has been functioning just fine on here. Even the Magpul furniture, as expected, has been good. I've heard mixed reviews on these right here. It's an adjustable stock, the Zukov here, but I have never really had an issue other than occasionally pinching some beard hair right here, because it is a side folder based on tension. You can see that there. It doesn't really clip in or anything like that. But that being said, it's really not going anywhere. Folds out like that. It will fire with the stock folded. Now, accuracy-wise, it's an AK, so you can only expect so much out of it, especially if you've been shooting ARs. You kind of know what you're getting into, but a 7.62x39 is not exactly a super fine precision round. But that being said, shooting at 40 yards, 50 yards, like I typically do with this, just kind of goofing off on paper, you could push it out a little bit farther. You can get groups about yay big or so. It's really not too bad. Now, trigger has not been really done anything to. It's a stock, almost like a mil-spec type of AK trigger. So we are clear. Here's the safety right there. All right, trigger. You can see that, very sloppy. Try it again. But still pretty clean. It's kind of hard to tell where it's gonna break though. Yeah. And there's also QD points all around here. You can see right here on the Zukov, you got several points on here. I did add one up here too, so you can kind of set it up similar to what an AR would be, where you have one up here and one in the back. And you can also extend this. I usually keep it about like midway. Quick look up close on the GF3 here. You can see you have a threaded barrel. It is that 14 left-hand thread. There is a small little detent on here, so you can switch this out, which I probably will for something else. Flash hider, comp, something else. And you can kind of see the gas block right here, as well as a bayonet lug, which does take traditional bayonets for AKs. This is a Russian one right here. Very nice. Although it is very tight to get around this right here, but it just slides over and will hook into the back like so. This is very much looking like an AKM type of variant with this type of gas block here. However, I have heard various companies who do sell fore ends for this. It requires some fitment with PSA, so something to note. But AKs are known for not being real universal. They're much more of a gunsmithing type of weapon if you want to do any kind of major modifications to it. So just note that going in, kind of get some furniture you like, and you might be able to change them out a little bit in the future. Nice bolt and racking there. There's that side mount right there. Take that off right now. Magpul grip, Magpul Zukov stock with your positions right there. Side fold like that. Grip is very nice. Does have storage on the bottom here. I might switch it out to have a little bit more of that 15 degree, a little bit more forward, but we'll see. Fits in the hand nicely. Trigger. There you go. Mag release right there. It's all put together very well. The barrel is a gas nitride 4150 steel treated barrel, and it does have a 1 9.5 inch twist to open it up, just like any other AK. Check to make sure you're clear. Safety's down, and there's a push button on here. Might be a little stiff. Haven't opened up in a while. There you go. Give it a little whack, the old Russian method, right? Dust cover. Any rust or anything in there. Yeah, a little bit of wear on the back there, it looks like. Not too bad. Take this, slide it right there. Pull out your spring. And you can see in there, very clean. I mean, not clean, but very well machined. Now this bolt carrier bolt right here, it is a hammer forged front trunnion, which is great, and it's also hammer forged bolt and forged carrier. So pull this straight back. There are notches right in the back. This is going to pop right up, slide right out, revealing your piston, which is absolutely caked, as I thought it would be. So yeah, very nice. Take a quick look in here, nice and filthy, but I don't really see any major out of the norm wear. A little bit of wear on the rails, but no like metal flakes or anything that could be glaring. Definitely gonna need to do a nice cleaning video on this. Piston, how you take this out. You can see how this works. All you gotta do, rotate it out of that slot there. Get your carrier, and you got your bolt right here. Extractor looks good, bolt face looks good. Look real close here. I don't really see anything odd. A little bit. Definitely needs a good cleaning though. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell that on camera there, but that is gross. Just hose it down, right? Just maybe I'll throw it in a lake or something. It'll be, yeah, that's probably the way to go. Oh wow. Yep. That's what it's supposed to be. If you scrub, there you go. See? That's why I put gloves on. It is just, AKs are dirty. Especially after almost a couple thousand rounds. There you go. This just rotates back in like so. And put it back together. I want to slide the piston back in. Get it back in these grooves back here. But also make sure this properly spins into place. Which it looks like it fell out when I moved it. There you go. And you want to push down just a little bit to clear the trigger and spring there, or the hammer, which is right here, which is pushing down. This slide forward. Spring goes back in. This is all forged as well, hammer forged, and you can kind of see it is also filthy. Slides back in, but you can see there's no major wear from this constantly moving with the spring there back and forth. It's not jumping around or anything getting sheared off or anything, just typical wear marks, I think. Well, what's this right here? Maybe a little bit of strange wear right there, if you can see that. But it's still holding up, and it's just right there. Which is probably from this coming back and hitting right there. Right? Over and over again. So overall, I mean, it's good shape. You get the dust cover back on, slide it right there, hit it down. Last couple things, sight, very clean. I mean, I used to use the iron sights quite a bit. They're not too bad, typical iron sights for an AK. Adjustments are pretty smooth. US numerical numbers right there, or English numerical. Weight-wise, with no optic, just a little over 7 pounds. So 7 pounds, almost 4 ounces. Not too bad for an AK, honestly. Magazine-wise, when you're looking at AKs versus something like an AR or something you might be more familiar with, AKs are a little bit finicky depending on what kind of magazine you get. And it's really because they have such a large mag well right here. All right, so where the magazine sits in is very large. You even have these little tabs inside kind of pushing a little bit of pressure there to kind of help with fitment. But overall, most mags that I've tried with this one have worked great. So, for example, right here, these are the new Palmetto State Armory steel reinforced. And it's an AK, so no last round bolt hold open. All right, there's the mag pull. These are original Bakelite Russian mags right here. Little more give, not too bad. These, I believe, are the new US Palm. Yeah, these are the brand new ones. US Palm right here, steel reinforced. That actually fits really well, nice and snug. I think these thicker ones, compared to even like this Russian one here, is gonna give you a little bit more filling in of that mag well there. Mag pull, these are kind of the mags you'll get with these. At least it used to. You might actually get the new PSA with the new ones, depending on what they ship with. Mag pull, always fit real good, and these are the steel reinforced ones right here. These are, what is it, KCI, I think? The South Korean mags. The most slop by far, but they run great. I haven't had any issues with these. Safety, safe. It makes you can't do anything at all. And you do have semi-automatic and full auto. No, I'm just kidding. You have semi-automatic, and you do have the selector down here for full, but it's gonna do semi-auto depending on what you do. Well, that about wraps this video up. Not much more to say. I think it's a great beginner AK. If it's something where you don't really know much about the AK platform, you want to get something USA made, which there's several companies doing it now, but Palmetto State Armory is definitely one of the better ones. I have seen zero issues for it, and mine has continued to run perfectly. And I might do a few little bit of upgrades here and there, but I think Palmetto State Armory really hit it out of the park when they started building USA made AKs, and they finally kind of got their stride. And if you're looking for something a little bit different than your typical AR or shotgun or whatever you like running at the range, then maybe try the AK platform out. It's a lot of fun. It's a completely different manual of arms, totally different feel on how it shoots. That 7.62x39 just feels totally different, and it's just a fun new thing you can kind of learn on. And if you get good enough at it, you train a lot with it, then it's also something a lot of people do love training with as their go-to rifle for self-defense or whatever it may be. Well, thanks so much for watching, guys. If you have any questions at all, be sure to hit them down in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them. As always, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up, really helps me out. Head over to Instagram, follow me there, like us on Facebook for all the latest and greatest deals on the internet. And we'll see you guys in the next review.